Oh man. Hey, first off, I would like to say thank you for watching. I'm your main man, Ritchie Rich, and today we're going to talk some stock market business, okay? This episode is brought to you by, let me put on my thinking cap. There it is. All right, this episode is brought to you by wordy.com. That is my social media website. It's also brought to you by vidmondo.com. That is my video sharing platform. If you are a content creator, what are you waiting for? I'm not sure, but we'll be using wordy.com. It is my attempt to not overload your senses. All right, most websites, social media sites have things all over the place and it just bombards your senses. It's sensory overload. Whereas this site, it's a little different. You got one screen and that message will play for 15 seconds. You can engage in that message. You can report that message. You can even share that message across social media. Shows how many people are watching. A really cool concept that I came up with. This is a labor of love. Make no mistake. I am a premium member on Wordy. So, and by the way, it's very easy to create an account. Just, go through the normal process. I believe you click here or something to that effect. I forget. I've had an account for some time, but you create an account and then you'll get an email to validate your account. And after that, you can use Wordy and post any message you want. Check it out. It's something I came up with. I love it. But we'll be using Wordy today. We are going to take a small break from Blue Space. Another great site that I love that I came up with. My brain is always racing, so this is kind of how it works. But today we'll be looking at Northern Dynasty Minerals. This is a company I'm a big fan of. I've been invested in this company for quite some time. I actually have or currently have shares in the company. And the question is, do I want to re-up and buy more? So here we go, folks. Northern Dynasty Minerals. Let's start off by reading the profile. Northern Dynasty Minerals is a Canada-based mineral exploration company. The company is focused on the exploration and advancement towards feasibility, permitting, and ultimately development of the Pebble Project, a copper-gold mineral project located in Southwest Alaska. The Pebble Project consists of 2,402 mineral claims covering approximately 417 square miles located in Southwest Alaska. Look, sounds cool, but it also sounds rather limited. And there is no information on the amount of employees. But as we always do, let's start off NAC with a grade, and we will deduct or add to that as we go. All right, so not a lot of information here, but that is not to say that there's no information out there. In fact, let me do my due diligence. How many employees does have? All right, let's see. There it is. You see that? So a little search can get you the information that you need. And by the way, before we get too far into this, I would like to say I'm not your financial advisor. We are just having fun right now. This is for your entertainment. Just because you watch a boxing match or a athletic event doesn't mean you know how to play basketball. Doesn't mean you should go grab a basketball and play. Doesn't mean you should grab a hockey stick and go on the ice. You're just watching it for entertainment, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to entertain you with my financial decisions. All right, the industry is metals and mining. The sector is materials. And I'm getting distracted here. Thank you to all the amazing people who have watched and liked the other episodes. If you haven't done so, please do that and subscribe. I'm going to do this I'll continue this process. It's been a really fun experience. All right, so that's enough information for me. I'll be honest with you, not a lot of information there, nothing that really grabs my attention, but I will say that I am really intrigued with the 14,000 employees. That is a decent sized number. I do like that number, if I can be honest here. All right, but let's keep going. We're going to take a look at some other things. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overview. All right, the overview, which will tell us the market cap and things of that nature. Okay, the market cap is 128 million. This company is balling. Okay, this company is balling. They're very spread out. They're very strong in terms of financials. 14,000 employees, $128 million market cap. This company is doing okay. All right, it's doing okay. Let's look at the volume. Today's volume was about 500,000 people, a little over 500,000. The average is 1.2 million. That's about the number that you need to get some real good pushes. So I will have to say that is nothing there's nothing there that disappoints. Let's keep looking though. Let's keep going. I would like to now take a look at the historical data. That will tell me how the stock has done over the last 30 days and let me know whether or not I want to buy more shares of this company. All right. Right now, the stock is trading at 0.245. That's a decent number right there. But let's see how it's looked over the last 30 days. Over the last 30 days, the high was or has been 25 cents. That is not good. That's the high. All right. That means that this company over the last 30 days has not really seen much growth. Not good. Not good. Okay. The low is 22.6. That's a positive in my opinion, because that tells me that the stock is not dropping too low. It's not dropping below 20 cents, or it has not done so over the last 30 days. The average has been 23 cents. So what I'm seeing right now is that this company is not really a risky trade. Okay, you can get in right now at 24. The lowest it'll drop is about 22 cents and the highest it'll go is about 25. So there's some really petty investor out there who is basically milking this little bounce. They're going to buy in at 22, sell at 25, buy at 22, sell at 25, buy at 22, sell at 25. Somebody's out there just making $10 a day off these kind of, this volatility. I am one of those petty investors, but not on such a small, spike. I would probably get in at 20, sell at 26, buy at 20, sell at 28. But 25 to 22, I'm not sure. I don't know. Right. But there is certainly something there to be said. Now, I would like to go a little further. Let's find out more about NAC, because I am pretty certain that this stock has done way more than move up and down by 3 cents. So I want to go all the way back to January 1st to really get a more whole picture of what the stock is really doing. Okay, so here we go. All right, here we go. So the high is 51 cents. Now I'm a little disappointed here because, NAC is not pushing the way that I would have expected. Even this year, it hasn't touched $1. I mean, I guess that's normal. I guess you can say that that's ordinary for a penny stock. It hasn't touched $1 in a year. It makes me wonder how the stock is still on the stock exchange. I mean, those kind of questions pop into my mind. The low is 22.6. That's a positive because it's above the low, and the low has never dipped below 20 cents. I like that. In fact, I would just go ahead and say right now, if NAC is ever trading at 22 cents, 23 cents, it's probably worth a buy-in. I think you really run a risk buying into NAC at 24 cents or 25 cents, in my personal opinion. Well, not a risk. Let me backtrack a little bit. I wouldn't say you run a risk, but I would say that it would be better or best to get in at 23, 22 cents. When we look at the average, we see that the average is 31 cents. That's not bad. And what that tells me as an investor, the type of investor I am, that tells me there's some money to be made here, because if I can get in at 20, even if I got in right now at 24.5, the average is 31 cents. So, more than likely I'm probably going to make a couple bucks here. Okay. And the question is it possible for this stock to just bottom out? It's hovering around the 22 cent mark. It's hovering around its low. So at some point, you would just imagine, it's possible rather, that this stock can drop below 20 cents. And who knows what happens at that particular point. So yeah, that's interesting for me. That's very interesting for me. Okay, but let's keep looking. Let's go ahead and take a look at some other things. I would now like to look at the financial information just to see what I could find. All right, so let's look at some financials, and let's see here. Okay. All right, so the return on investment is negative 12%. Not really surprised when you're talking about penny stocks. There's, rarely any return on an investment unless you know how to play it. Penny stocks are for a rare breed. They're not for everyone. Not everyone will enjoy the process of trading penny stocks. Look, just like the dollar store is not for everybody. Everybody can't go to the dollar store and find what they need. I can, because I know how to find value and cheap things. That might be my gift. That might just be my gift. I want to check out the ratios, the PE ratio, the profit to earning ratio. Those are things I like to look at from time to time. I want to see if any information can be divulged here. Okay, so the company has a negative 7.68. Negative 7.68. Understood. And then I want to take a look at the earnings. Usually, penny stocks do show earnings on investing.com. I am I'm hoping that they do that this time. All right. So no earnings data. I'm just going to do it again. Everybody knows how this works. I just want to see if dividends are possible. One day, mark my words, one day I will find a penny stock that offers dividends. One of these days, I probably can just Google it right now and find one, but that would take all the fun out of it. All right, so let's see. No data to display. So no dividends, unfortunately. Not surprised though, right? But I'm just like holding out. One day it's going to happen. All right, and then let's take a look at the technical analysis or the technical indicators. This is, this process allows me to see what the computers think, the algorithms. And already I can see that this is a good stock to trade hourly. And I'm not surprised by that. Look, you buy in at 24, you sell at 25. You buy in at 23, you sell at 25. I mean, that could happen maybe 7 times an hour. If you're really watching and day trading and watching intently, you can catch that every single time. I'm gonna buy in at 23, sell at 25. Buy in at 20. I mean, you might at the end of the day make, like, I don't know, who knows how much you make. It depends on how many shares you purchase, but still, it's saying based on the algorithms that this is a good purchase, a good buy, or strong buy even for hourly trading. But when it comes to 5-hour trading, look at this. It also is a buy and strong buy based on technical indicators. I like that. Day trading, neutral for moving averages, but technical indicators state that this is a strong buy. I'm impressed by that. Most penny stocks don't do well in this particular category. So that is pretty interesting. Now I'll say this. No penny stock I've seen in quite some time has been a strong buy or even a neutral for weekly and monthly trading, because most technical indicators will probably point out that it's a penny stock, it's trading under $1, probably not safe. So let's see what happens. Okay, strong sell. So no surprises there. So I am ready to update this grade. There was a couple positive things, but there's some information that is missing. But that is not to say that the information is not out there. If I were doing a super deep dive, I mean for myself and not for the screen and things of that nature, I would look up and down for the information I'm looking for in terms of their EPS and things of that nature. So, but still, I would say right now, given the things I've seen, the small price movements, that kind of stuff, I am going to go down to a B minus. I know that's a steep drop, but the movement is not there. It's just not there. Okay. But I will say the reason that I'm holding it above that C plus range is because of the technical analysis or the technical indicators. The algorithms see this as a really good stock to trade on a daily basis. I do a little bit of both, day trading and swing trading. I'm more of a hybrid investor, but I'll say that for me, it's a B minus, no cause for pause. But certainly some things I'm trying to hold out. I don't want to get too excited. I'm not excited. Again, even if you look at the synopsis in the profile section, not a lot there. So for those reasons, I'm going down to B minus, but I am not done yet. We still have a lot to dive into. So next, I would like to look at the stock split history to see if this stock has had any reverse splits, stock splits diluted there. I love this part. Now, this makes me happy. No stock splits. That's beautiful. But as you know, we're gonna go a step further and we're gonna look elsewhere just to ensure that stocksplitshistory.com is accurate. All right, I've been doing this lately. So 0 stock splits. I'm gonna go to Seeking Alpha because I believe that's a reputable source. And there are no stock splits. Excellent. So that's a positive in my book. That makes me bring it up to a B plus. Okay, B plus. We're still hanging in there. In other words, we're still riding the wave of positivity. Now, let's take a look at the news. I am very curious to see what exactly is going on with this company. I am even more anxious to see why there is not much movement, at least lately. I want to know more about the lack of movement, if that makes sense. So here we go. Let's look at some news and see what has taken place. Okay, Alaska and 13 other states strongly oppose the EPA proposed veto of Pebble. Now, we know Pebble is basically all that they rely on. At least that's what their profile suggests. So if they're going to veto Pebble, that kind of does some negative things to NAC. And that is most likely why they oppose that particular vetoing decision. Okay, Pebble tailings storage facility designed to protect the fishery. Okay, I mean, thank you for the news, and nothing that excites me, obviously. All right. Pebble Partnership submits comments to the EPA on its revised proposed determination, calling on it to shop its action. Okay. Probably should open that article, but I'm not for the sake of your time. But that's something I would read a little bit deeper into, if I can be honest with you. All right, there was a 20% spike. And first off, let me point out something. I like all of these spikes. What it tells me is that this company does well when news drops. And if we look at the frequency in which news drops, we had 2 articles in June, 4 in July, 2 in September. So about 2 articles per month, which in my opinion indicates that there's going to probably be about 2 spikes per month based on news drop. So there you go. That's another way you can play the market. You can get into a company like this and just wait for the news to come. And when the news drops, you know you're gonna make money that day. Sell, you're out of there. You make a small amount of cash, big amount of cash, at least twice a month, depending on how many shares you own in the company. All right, I want to see what happened here. 20% increase. Why? NAC secures. Okay, secure is a good word. That means that they acquired something. Here we go. They secured innovative royalty agreement for proceeds up to 60 million on 9 core metals. First off, this company knows how to make money, which is probably why they've never had a stock split, which is probably why their market cap is about 128 million. This is probably why they're continuing to grow with 14,000 employees. This company knows how to make money and how to secure the bag. So I have to I like that. Okay, I'm going to stay at a B+. I felt like the jump from B- to B+ was a little drastic. I should have probably went B then B+. So I'm going to hold out on the big jumps here. Let's go to stock twist. We're going to see whether or not there's information from the investors themselves that can lend us any information to help us move forward. So, I look at stock twist as a truth teller. The company can release news that is very biased. They can release information out there that manipulates the investors' feelings and things of that nature. However, stock twist is a little more legitimate to me with regards to the investors' feelings. So let's go there and see exactly how they're feeling. All right, NAC, where everybody at? All gone? Why so silent? Probably because the stock doesn't move a lot. Probably because there's no real movement over the last 30 days. That might be it. It could be that the stock has only hit a high of 51 cents since January. Just a couple opinions there. I mean, that might remove a lot of the enthusiasm, right? But at least the news is there. So basically, NAC is not a mining company. If they receive the permit, they will sell it to a mining company. So there are suppliers, what this investor is saying. I don't have any way to validate that. I never take stock twits, the stock twit posts at face value. Never. Okay, never. No mining company is interested because it's not economic to develop. All right. This person says, I haven't look, but I'm sure the market is doing horrible today. Okay, this if he hasn't looked, that's an opinion, obviously. If we locked up every salmon out there, child predator or not, the world would be a better place. Not sure. Stock twist can be a hit or miss. So here we go. This person is saying that NAC is bearish. You bet it is. I mean, we're talking about a company that's not really moving in terms of its price. So I mean, and I haven't even checked. Maybe that's something I should look at. How long does it take for the stock to go from one price to the next? That might be something worth looking into. Okay, if you get in at 23 with the intention to sell at 25, how long does it take for these type of transitions to take place? Okay, so let's go back to September 27th, and we'll see it was at 23. And how long did it take for it to get to 25 cents? How long? It hit. All right, so if you invested at 23 cents on September 27th, how long would it have taken you to sell at 25 cents if you were trying to do that? It would have taken you, a month, an entire month to go from 23 cents to 25 cents. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do that a little bit differently. Okay, that was the open. But if I base it on the high, that could be a little bit different. Maybe that's the good news we're looking for. Okay, if you bought in at 23 cents, technically you could have made some money that very next day as it spiked to 25. So you would have to really be watching the market in order to catch these surges. All right, so when it peaked at 25, let me see, the next low is about right here. 2 days later it goes back down to 23, and then the next high happens again at the next spike to 25 happens again on the 27th. So, on the 14th. Okay, so it looks to me that if you're trying to get in at 23 and sell at 25, you could be looking at a situation where it happens the next day, or it could take 7 days. I mean, you really have to watch it. And for me, that's not worth my time and attention. Not that short of a spike. Okay, so I'm going to drop it down to a B. But I do like the security. I didn't see anything which showed it dropping down to 21 cents, dropping to 19 cents. So a very, very stable company, in my personal opinion, of course. Okay, so very stable. It stabilizes itself. Safe. If you're a new investor, I would argue that this might not be a bad company to start with. Buy 50 shares, buy 100 shares of NAC at 23 cents, and just set your limit sale at 25 cents or a high 24 cents. And then once that activates, you'll make a couple bucks, and you'll finally have your first profit from investing, right? And you won't lose much because the stock doesn't really drop below 23 cents, right? We saw that. Let's see the low again. I just want to make sure the low is 22.6 over the last 30 days. So yeah, I mean, get in at 22 cents, 23 cents, and you're basically going to make some money according to what I'm seeing. But I'm not your financial advisor though. I'm just saying. Here's another person, but that's the same person. I like to diversify the information I'm gathering when I'm looking at this type of stuff. NAC, tons of economics. Can Shorty prove there aren't giant okay, they're talking about the mining aspect of the company. Not a bad thing to talk about. This person is feeling bullish. They feel like this company is going to bring something positive. They can smell it. All right, let me give a like because it's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. All right, let's keep looking. No due diligence, just delusions of grandeur like so many other people. All right, this person is criticizing this person here who was saying that the company is bullish, basically saying that the company is going to be profitable. And they're saying, hey, did you do any research like we're doing right now? Apparently, this person doesn't think so. All right, NAC, is this garbage ever going to move again? So let's cut to the chase. There's not a lot of enthusiasm here. There's not a lot of people who are, motivated. The stock just doesn't move enough. I'm going to go and drop it down to a C+. Not a lot of positivity with regards to the movement. People are waiting. Still some positives here on the account that the stock does not dip too low. It doesn't go below 20 cents. You know, if you get in at 22 cents, 23, 21 even, you know you're going to make some money, but it won't be a lot because, it just depends on how many shares you have invested in the company. But enough is enough. Let's take a look at Doco. Let's see if we have any listings from the stock exchange saying, hey, you're not making enough money, your average price is not high enough. Let's see if we got any of that kind of business. And we're going to go to doco.com and click file links and see what we can pull from the reports. So far so good. I don't see anything here. This goes back to June though, and we know that's not far enough for our search. So let's keep looking here. All right, I don't see anything. Yeah, that's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay. All right, we're all the way back to December. Okay. Notice. All right, so no notices from the stock exchange, but I'm going to do a second check on that just to ensure. Let's see. All right, let's see. Good old fashioned. All right, here we go. The annual general meeting. What is this? Let me see. This is about NAC. And let's see. I'm going to type in some key buzzwords. That's not there. All right. So it looks like this company is currently safe from delisting, which makes me pretty happy. All right. All right. Good. So no delisting news out there. That is a huge spike of positivity. This company is not in danger of being delisted. That is great news. And they have no stock splits, which means this company is a company that you can stand behind. You can buy in at 23 cents and rest assured that the company won't do a reverse split, a surprise reverse split. They seem to be very open to the democratic process. As you can see, they were opposed to the veto of the Pebble Project, but they didn't force anything. They didn't force its shareholders to make a particular stance. They just say, hey, we're opposed to it, which means they're still open to the possibility of doing it should their shareholders be in alignment about that particular removal. So I like that. I like the fact that there's no notices from the stock exchange. These are all positive in my opinion. I don't know if it's so positive that I would go up to a B minus. I'm not sure about that, But I would say that a C plus is still pretty strong in my personal opinion. I still feel pretty confident with that letter grade right now. Let's look at one more thing before I make my decision here. So NAC, I'm not seeing NAC there. Let's type out the full name in hopes that we have it. And there it is. It is a Canada-based company. I think that's pretty interesting. All right, anyway, earnings have grown 2% per year over the past 5 years. That's positive. Hello. Makes less than you the market. What oh wait, that's because it's based in Canada. So I'm not sure that's a negative necessarily. Has less than 1 year of cash runway. Oh, that's interesting. 1 year, has less than 1 year of, can we get an elaboration on that? So you have to sign up. I don't want to do all that, but has less than 1 year of cash runway, which in my opinion suggests that doesn't make sense to me. Okay. Their earnings have grown 2% per year, but they have less than 1 year of cash runway, which means their stockpile of cash, they have, like, if everything shut down, they could survive for, 300 days, less than 1 year. I don't know how I feel about that. I like a company that has a nice bulk of cash, which is very surprising for me. Maybe it's the 14,000 employees, but I'm going to stick with a C plus here. Okay. Against my better judgment. Something in me is saying bump up to a B minus, but it's just not. I wouldn't give this stock a B. I just wouldn't do it. And that is not to say it's a bad stock. I think, and by the way, when I want to clarify, I'm not grading the company itself. I'm grading the potential to make money. And I think it's a C plus. All right. Let's look at something else here. Let's do the math. Let's have some fun with this. Let's say you are a modest investor and you're trying to get in. You want to just test things out and you buy about 500 shares. We know the stock price right now is about 24.5. And let's say you're just trying to get in to see what happens. And let's say you get really nervous and you want to sell at 25 cents, which is a bad investment, by the way. But let's just say that happens. All right, here. Let's go with let's see. Well, sales commission for me is 0, which is why I recommend using Robinhood. And let's make a small adjustment here. Maybe let's be a little bit more practical. Let's go 23 cents and then sell at 25 cents. Just, if you're that person who wants to catch it at 23 and sell at 25 with 500 shares, let's see what the numbers suggest. All right. First off, it would cost you about 115 bucks and you would make a profit of $10, which is why I said it's not a lot of, come on. That's not it. Okay, even if you are a serious investor, let's go really crazy here. Let's say you are someone who really buys big. You want to buy about 10,000 shares. That'll cost you $2,300 with a profit of $200. Not a lot of profit potential there. It's just not, because it's just not. There's more risk involved in that particular motion, or there's more risk involved than profit potential, which is why I'm going to absolutely stay at a C plus. Now, if we had a huge spike, let's say you're more of a, you just want to test the waters with 1,000 shares and it spiked up to about 51 cents. Let's see what happens. You pay about 230 with a profit of 280. No. I do like the fact, now this is a good savings account, right? This will do better than a savings account. If you're someone who likes to, put your money into a savings account, come on now. What's the return on investment on that? You might make 50 cents in a year. You know what I mean? So NAC is a really good savings account. Like if you put, some money into NAC at 23 cents, hey, you'll make $10 within about a month. So that's better than a savings account, right? Which is why I don't believe in savings accounts. I think investing is better than a savings account, even though a savings account is much more secure. You won't lose money like you could in the stock market, obviously, but at the same time, you won't make it either. So I think this is a good savings account kind of stock. You want to put 200 bucks into NAC at 23 cents and then sell at 25. Hey, I'm all for it. I think that's better than a savings account. You'll make more money, right? But my final grade of NAC is a C, and let me have some fun here. We're gonna select the let's go with I'm just gonna put it in the I'm gonna go education. Why not? Because we are educating ourselves right now, and I love this web. I don't know what brought this to my heart, my mind. I'm gonna use some really cool text right there, and I'm gonna click create. There it is. And it says my word has posted successfully. And there it is on the front page. If I refresh it, it'll be right there. There it is. C plus, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you today. Please check out worthy.com. This episode is sponsored by it. Please create an account and give me your feedback, because it is a labor of love. And of course, I still have a lot of things I would like to do with the website. And again, if you don't know, your post will last for 15 seconds. So, hey, have at it. But that is my review. If you have any companies you want me to check out, you know what to do. Leave it in the comment section or just DM me somewhere on one of these social media websites. And of course, I appreciate you watching. Please give me a like if you learned anything at all. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Ow. Ugh.